Here we are again, everyone, with another Muscle Machines transporter set. I am not aware of this packaging. I don't know if this is new packaging or old packaging with all these flames, or maybe it's for a different market. I usually get the Chinese domestic market ones off AliExpress. This one says 1980 R685ST flatbed by Mack Trucks and a 72 C10 pickup. And that's the brand Maisto, and it's around with a star, 164. It's really not close to 164. Flame job there, blown engine there, and it is licensed by Mack themselves. And then somewhere down here you have the regular, more typical brands of licensing, so that's why you very often see Firestone printed. Actually, that's already there, so I'm not sure why. Well, anyways, does it have a date, I'm wondering? I lost focus, I'm just looking. 2025, it seems. Okay, so maybe it is new packaging. So it's nice that most of this is cardboard, but you can still inspect it if you're buying it at retail, at least on one side. It would have been, I think I prefer the other packaging because you can see both sides, but I actually buy everything online mostly, so. Well, sometimes I buy used toys in person. There's a crazy blown engine graphic in here. Cool. Alright, then we have the clamshell thing here, packaging, and a little layer of this to keep the tires from melting into the truck bed. Let's get the truck out of the way. I could not find a flatbed photo of this Mack truck. That's the closest thing I could find. Yeah, right. Not really close. Oh, by the way, these are rolling toys. Rolls very nice. And the little C10 as well. Well, this, some sort of friction going on in that one. Alright. So it is a gold metallic paint job, as you can see. Kind of a big flake. Yeah, kind of like, well, it's not so bad, I suppose, on a big truck. So we have Madman Garage in Sun City, California. I wonder if that, hold on, I gotta search that out. No, I couldn't find anything related to Madman Garage in Sun City, or just Madman Garage Mack truck. So, might be a fictional logo, but it looks legit, you know, it's a nice logo. Raised door handle painted silver is good. Little port or hatch, some sort of bump for some reason, and this is probably a handrail. We have the reflector bump painted orange, which is nice. We have some sort of commercial truck looking wheels in Firestone printed very nicely. The rounded tires look like balloons, front and rear. You can see the size difference between the front and rear here in height. Nice silver fender with a lip. Big chromed plastic fuel tank with the fuel filler there, and a big chromed exhaust pipe with some recess action here. No interior, just a blacked out plastic window. And then a crazy chromed blower. Oh, I now see Mack here as well. Oh, actually, now looking at this paint stripe, that's not very good. The edge of that isn't very good. It's nice and sharp up here. Something went wrong there. Okay, well, going around here, we just have a raw plastic front fender and some very shallow recesses. I almost feel like they could have just had those go through, like have those totally open, right? Because that's probably what would be on the real truck. Not sure why they chose to blank those off. This is nice though, the grill. Nice black, but with the silver ribs. And then the whole headlights area is painted silver. Sadly, a little too much silver paint getting across up here as well. The Mack printing there looks pretty good. And this actually has a Mack dog in chromed plastic, so that's nice. A bulldog. So a little gold paint there. Red in the induction ports there is nice. And the black for the blower belt is cool too. Going around here, another fuel tank, and now we have an air filter on this side, separate piece obviously. A little bit of, maybe got scratched. Another exhaust, and then those all look fine. And then it's nice to have the Mack trucks printed on the back here. There's some red taillights, license plate area, and then you have this T-shape here because this thing's on a track. So, but you can wobble it a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if real trucks can do that. Can real flatbed wreckers do that? I would think not, but maybe not. I'm always wrong. I'm not sure why there's that goop there. I'm not going to touch it. There's a rear window there. Okay, let's jam that back. And so you see some orange here for these hazard lights. Nice diamond plate pattern molded in. Very shallow wheel chock bumps though. I don't know why they don't make these as high as this. Then it would actually keep the toy from falling off the back. It's nice that they would put the paint effort here for these reflectors. Okay, and then on the bottom it tells you what it is, which is great. It tells you it's actually a 1980, which is fantastic. And then the branding there, some silver paint here, 1, 2, 3 screws holding this together. And look how big these rear tires are. And it rolls so well because look how far away the tire is from the fender. But it's like sunken in. So it's pretty well designed, I think. Looks nice. So the C10, yeah, I wonder what was inspiring this paint job. Right, this looks like the same gold for sure. It's just different lighting. It's got hubcaps. This one's got mags, but this one has white wall tires. Right, so yeah, very, very inspired by real trucks. Okay, so now it's the same gold paint, but you can see this is a smaller model, so it looks more like a hot rod now. The flakes are looking a lot bigger on something so much smaller. This is a separate piece, by the way, this hood. Some have blowers probably, but this one doesn't, and I prefer it that way actually. I don't like the giant blowers. The side stripe here is printed much better than on the semi-truck. It's just a cream colored stripe with some sort of black trim to cover up those, I guess, the edges. And then, well, I don't know what's going on with that tire. It looks like there's extra paint. But the wheel is cream colored to match. Maybe not quite enough paint though. So I think the wheel is originally this chromed plastic and they didn't get enough cream there. And I think I just scraped some more off. Oh well, it's a used truck now. The white wall there is a little better on the back. So be careful touching these. I think you'll scrape a lot of the paint off. But the hubcap area looks like a mirror, a domed mirror. And then we have this nice reflector area with some black and orange, of course, possibly some silver. It's hard to, no, maybe not. Some sort of box, and wow, that might even attempt to say Chevrolet. This is a toothpick here, so I'm going to zoom in. Let's see if it actually is legible. I doubt it. No, that's not legible, but it's a nice effort. I mean, again, this is a toothpick. Now I can really see under this magnification, there's some extra black from some sort of paint process there. It looks all pixelated also, but boy, to the naked eye, you're not going to see that stuff. Well, this is nice. The Cheyenne here, 10, some extra indication of text there. Door handles painted silver. The black window's got a little raised separator. Okay, and then, yeah, it actually is silver there. Alright, so black, silver, and red, just for that little reflector. A little extra casting stuff there. The whole front end is a chrome piece of plastic, as you can see, so logically you don't need to add paint there. The bow tie is nicely done. Oh, wait a second, that is really loose. Huh. Orange paint in there is okay. And then this looks okay, as well as that. Yeah, the tire though. This one's probably the best of the four. And then this one has the fuel fill. I'm assuming that's the fuel filler there. Was it on this side? No, it wasn't. Okay. And then just a totally open exhaust coming out here. As you can see, two separate pieces of plastic from the headers just jamming out there. And then two screws holding it together. Maybe you want to do a wheel swap with a different one. It's nice that they tell you the year and what exactly vehicle this is, and then there's the branding. So, alrighty. And then it's got a flatbed cover, which is nice. A little bit of orange peel. Much smoother up here though, and on that piece as well. Oh, Chevrolet there looks very nice. The handle there, it's not raised, painted silver well though. And then a little silver trim here coming into the taillights, which then are red. Some dimples for maybe the rivets to hold the rear bumper on. And sadly no license plate, but that's fine by me. And there's for some reason a recess here. Not sure if the real truck has that. Okay, well, all in all, it's still pretty cool. So I actually do have this casting here in red and black. This definitely just looks like a normal vehicle that came out of the factory. I added my own little 1/64 scale license plate in that section there. But the blacked out wheels, which are a different design it seems, am I right? No, I'm wrong. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, they're just harder to see because they're black, but at least the lip is chromed. Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice all the horns and the running lights up at the top there are painted in silver. So gold versus red and black. I think I prefer the red and black one myself, but I think I prefer the chrome wheels of this. So you could swap them if you go. This is a different Mack fender printing, and this doesn't have the printing on the tires. So that's why it's nice that the thing is screwed together. Okay, I'm gonna get these out of here. Well, get these out of here for now. Alright, so I do actually have the 25th anniversary version of this, but you can see it has a totally different hood with this power bulge. And it's like a matte finished metallic green. It's, I don't know, I think it's supposed to be glossy, but they didn't put much gloss on it. It's very matte. Or maybe it's supposed to be matte. So it's nice that they have the different parts, right? So, and this one for some reason is raked a lot more. We'll get to the low angle view later. Here's a Chevy 454, I think it is, that SS thing. Yeah, 1993. And this is a 25th anniversary also. So they all have this MM25 and translucent paint jobs for the 25th anniversaries. And then this is kind of interesting. I don't know if this is a pickup truck, right? But it's an Impala, if I recall. No, it's not. It's an El Camino, so that is a pickup truck car kind of thing. I thought it was an Impala, my bad. Separate hood again. Alright, let's see. Get a low angle here. I'm a little curious about these two. It looks like the green car, the green version has a much taller rake. That might be an optical illusion. No, maybe they are the same. I think it's an illusion. I guess that's the way to know right there. No, they are the same height. Huh, alright. Yeah, it looks like all of them have side pipes. Yeah, different, well, these three have different wheels. Alright. You can look up reviews of these other ones elsewhere if you want. So one last bit, yeah, just to complain about something. The whole wheel chock thing. They're so shallow. I barely move that thing, right? It just rolls right over. So I really wish the wheel chocks were taller on these things. If they ever do new castings, I hope someone runs into this video from that company. Just make them taller. It would make no difference to the price of the model, I think. So, okay, well, that's it for today. Still, overall, pretty good quality control. Some minor imperfections, but all in all, I think for the price, these transporter sets are a really good deal. Thanks for watching today. See you next time around.